question they sent for me. Analyze that.
Both of them?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, hi, I go by Black Sauce. I'm the host of Cost to Be the Boss.
I'm Elexsia.
Okay.
I go by Babydoll.
Okay.
I'm a tattoo artist and a model.
Tattoo and a model, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, I didn't know that.
Yeah, I model.
Okay,
Yeah,
that's cool.
I quit or I didn't quit, but like I stopped for a year.
Yeah.
And then I just started back up again.
Okay, cool. Yeah. So I guess we're gonna be going into a little bit of your bio. I guess keep going.
What do you want to know?
Okay,
what do you want to know? I'm not
how'd
bad.
you get into modeling?
So way back when, or maybe like 3 years ago, I want to say, I found this photographer that did pinup. And she did pinup photography. Her name's Cheyenne. She's fucking dope. If you're hearing this, Cheyenne, I love you. She's an amazing photographer. I found her online and I was like, hey, fuck it. I wanna try that out. And I booked a session with her. We became like really good friends. After that, we just worked together ever since.
That's awesome.
And then from there, she introduced me to like a group of people who knew another group of people. And I just started going to events and I started going to shootouts. Not like shootouts, but where a bunch of photographers show up.
Yeah.
You're in a studio. There's like multiple rooms, multiple like settings. And
Where
like
is this at?
Boise. It's a studio Boise.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, so there's like different rooms and each room has like a different setup. You could even like change like the wallpapers and like move stuff around if you need to.
Yeah.
It's pretty dope.
Dude, that sounds so
Yeah,
dope.
it is.
Okay.
It is.
Yeah, I did not know that.
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff out there. I'm pretty sure there's a lot of stuff out here too. I just haven't really explored this area. Yeah.
Nothing cool like that.
I mean,
That's pretty
give Twins some time to catch up. I mean, it is getting bigger. I mean, it has gotten a lot bigger since like I've been out here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Especially with what's it called? In-N-Out trying to come out here now.
Really?
Yes.
That's hilarious.
I
That's
heard
great.
they got denied over here because they were going to try to buy out Outback.
Yeah.
But
That's not gonna happen.
Yeah,
That's not
they
gonna
denied
happen.
that, but I overheard that Golden Corral's shutting down.
Oh, I mean, that's fair.
They've been on the market for the last 6 months, I guess.
I feel like I saw that coming. Yeah, I saw that coming.
Yeah.
Golden Corral, they're like, bye, get out of here.
Exactly. Okay, so that's how you got into modeling. So how did you get into tattooing?
I've wanted to tattoo since I was like 10 years old, actually. I used to draw a lot and I just had that passion for art and I just wanted to pursue it. At first, I wanted to be like a designer. And then like I saw Ed Hardy, like one of his like his documentary, and I was like, yo, he's pretty sick, but I didn't know he was like a tattoo artist. I thought he was just a designer. And then like I started like drawing his designs and stuff, and then like my mom even got me like a pair of Ed Hardy shoes. And then I remember looking him up, and when I looked him up, I found out he was a tattoo artist, and I was like, oh shit. And then I studied him as an apprentice, and I was like, yo, this is sick. It was just destiny. Like
Really?
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that was the first artist you fell in love with?
Yeah.
All
Yeah.
right, cool.
Yeah, his retirement, he said that he wanted to paint for his retirement and still make money off of his paintings, and he does.
Really?
Yeah.
So I don't really know much of his history at all.
Yeah.
So what is it that intrigued you in what he got going on?
The fact that he did clothes, like I noticed him and I found him through clothing, and then later on I studied him and I found out that he was like not just like a designer, but he was also a tattoo artist.
Okay.
And like he goes on about a lot of the stuff that he went through. I downloaded one of his books, I think on Audible or like iBooks or whatever. And like I just like listened to him and I was just like, yo, like he's got a lot of shit to say and like a lot of things. You can also look him up on YouTube too.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I've seen Ed Hardy everywhere.
Yeah,
Trust me.
yeah.
Like the brand, like
A lot of people don't even know he's a tattoo artist.
Well, I knew he was tattooed. I just didn't know how deep he was into
Yeah,
it.
yeah, he's a very huge,
So
like, I guess,
is it
icon.
like kind of like a Kat Von D or even bigger than that?
Bigger than Kat Von D.
Really?
Like Ed Hardy ran so Kat Von D could walk.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay. That's cool.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And then like I saw Kat Von D on TV and I was like, if she could do it, I could do it. Like
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. That's cool. So did you always want to do this?
yeah, it was just I wanted to do it, and then I think the fact that a lot of people told me it wasn't an actual job, or that I wasn't gonna be able to, or that I shouldn't, it made me like want to do it even more.
So, for you, is there any way, like, mentally, how did you deal with that? Because so that's another thing I like to talk about on the podcast, is how we each mentally navigate life differently.
So I'm gonna keep it as real as possible, and I'll be completely honest with you, because a lot of people, I feel like, do not talk about the mental hardships that you go through as an artist. I honestly feel like at one point I really did want to give up. I almost did a couple times, but I wanted it so bad, and I like got so far. I had to keep going. Like, I felt like people didn't believe in me, friends didn't believe in me. I lost friends, I lost relationships. I still choose, you know, my career sometimes over relationships as well. Like, sometimes I'm like, you know what, like, this person wants me to hang out with them, but I also have this design to draw, and I need it done by tonight. So, hey, I'm gonna stay home, I'm gonna draw. Or like, hey, I can't go out tonight, I'd rather be home drawing, or I'd rather be, you know, painting, or I'd rather be, you know, in my zen than giving somebody my time.
Yeah.
I mean, it sounds a little fucked up, and it probably sounds a little selfish, but like, I like my little confined space.
But honestly, like, for me, selfishness, at first, like you said, it sounds fucked up, but in all reality, the more selfish you are, the more real you can be to everybody else, right?
Yeah.
Because then you're taking time to evaluate who you are and why you do shit, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Thanks.
At least for me, you know what I mean?
That, yeah.
Because for me, I've like you have gone through relationships where, like, hey man, I have this other stuff that's more of a priority, and if you don't understand that, then I'm sorry.
Yeah.
You know? So I totally get that.
Yeah.
Even with friendships, you know, I've done that with a couple of friends where it's like, hey man, I can't go out and drink with you anymore.
Yeah.
And I don't even want to be in that type of vibe, but
like, that scene is just toxic. Like, you know, I had a group of friends that they just wanted to go out and party a lot, and I was like, I love you guys, it's all love, but like, I can't go to work, you know, hungover. I can't risk, you know, fucking up this tattoo because I'm hungover. I can't risk losing the money because, you know, I'm hungover, and I don't want to go into work and throw up, or I don't want to not feel good. Like, I have to be on point. Like, if I'm not on point, then what's the point of, you know, going into work? Because I'm not giving it my all.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then for me, it's like, how can I even sit there and have the audacity to be like, all right, this is my best.
Yeah.
When,
It's not.
you know?
Yeah. It's like, I feel like I'm not giving my clients my best. I'm not doing my best. And it's just like, I know that I can do more than, you know?
No, and then that for me, my work ethic is what makes me at ease with the prices I charge.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because if I didn't have that work ethic, then for me, I think it'd be a little bit fucked up to be like, all right, I want you to pay $300, but I'm really only going to spend like 10 minutes on this and not really give a fuck about it, you know? And then I'm going to go get fucked up.
Yeah, exactly. Like, I remember when I was an apprentice, I did go through like that little rock star phase or whatever. And, you know, I would like go drink with friends, and then the next day go to work. And then it was just like a repetitive thing, and just over and over. And then one day, I think I like showed up to work and I fell asleep.
Oh, really?
And like, my client didn't show up, but like, I fell asleep. My boss came in, or my boss, mentor, whatever you want to call him, he came in, he was like, what the fuck are you doing? And I was like, what time is it? I slept like half that day away, and I was like, I could have gotten flash done, I could have gotten designs out, I could have taken walk-ins, you know, anything to keep myself busy. And I decided to go out the night before and party and crash out at the shop.
Yeah.
And I was just like, I was so disappointed in myself. I was like, what the fuck am I doing? Like, why did I do that? And then I just quit drinking, and I don't really like to go out and drink or really do any of that. It's just, I don't know, it's just not it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, every once in a while for me, I can still, as long as I'm not in the work zone, it's like I don't have to show up to work the next morning. I can still go out and have a drink or two, but that's it.
Yeah.
You know, I gotta.
Everybody has their limits.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's for me. That's like, if I don't limit myself, I get out of control way too fast, way too easy.
Yeah. Dip one, and then next thing you know, you're half a bottle deep.
Exactly. Yeah, and then you get emotional, and you just let's try more.
Yeah.
You know. So, what are some other things, I guess, you do to keep your mental state at ease, I guess?
So I used to be a really, really, really bad workaholic. Like, anytime I went through something, anytime something went down south in my life, I would book myself solid. Like, I would book myself Tuesday through Sunday, and sometimes Mondays. And I would just work, and then finally, like, you know, I lost somebody in my life, and I was like, I hung out with my family, and I was around my family, and, you know, none of us were on our phones. We were all just living in the moment, and I was like, fuck, I worked, like, you know, 2-3 years of my life away. What am I doing? Like, yes, I love what I do. Yes, I need to make the money, but also at the same time, it's like, if I don't pace myself, like, and just, like, stop and enjoy the moment, like, I feel like I'm missing out on life. So I decided to start giving myself time off. I started giving myself time off. Like, every now and then I'll give myself a weekend off, go do something, go explore, go try something new. I'll give myself time off, like, during the week, just to kind of sit around and do nothing sometimes. Sometimes, you know, get laundry done. And sometimes, you know, you do need to, you know, work side jobs, have side hustles just to get to where you need to go. And, like, I understand where my family was coming from, but I just felt like I couldn't put my focus into going into school and trying to be a tattoo artist at the same time. I did work, like, other jobs. I was, like, a housekeeper. I worked factory jobs. I picked up, like, random little side quests along the way. Yeah. And that was, like, my first, I want to say, 2 years of tattooing, 2-3 years of tattooing. I like picked up side quests here and there, and then trying to, like, find a good shop, find, like, a decent shop, a non-toxic shop. Yeah.
So at first it was like a lot of struggle of getting comfortable with who you were apprenticing.
Being financially stable and finding somebody to teach me. And I understand too, like, the gatekeeping of tattooing as well, because they want people in the industry that are gonna respect, you know, the come up of, like, you know, tattoo artists, the fucking history of tattooing, and, you know, where this all originated from. And there's a lot to it, and I still feel like, as far as I am in, like, I still feel like I have a lot to learn, and I still feel like I don't know everything. And I think that's okay. I think that's an okay level to be at as a tattoo artist, because it's constantly growing. Even now, like, there's always something new to learn. Like, you don't know everything. So
as of right now, I guess, how many years under your belt do you have officially solo?
Professionally? So professionally, I hit my fourth year. Non-professionally, another 2 years. And that was just me figuring it out, and me going in and out of tattoo shops, and me picking up, like, the side quest, and me doing random jobs too. So I worked as a barista when I first started. I was a barista, I was a waitress, and I had 3 jobs. Goddamn, now that I think about it. I was just hustling. All at once.
Oh, wow.
I was a barista, I was a housekeeper at what is it called? The residential, like, homes, like a rehab. I was a housekeeper, and I was gonna try to get my CNA through them, but like I said, it wasn't me. It wasn't something I wanted to do. I also cleaned, and I was I was a waitress, and then I cleaned, and then the barista. It was fun. It was like a morning job, and then between jobs, I would go and tattoo one of my homies. I'd go and tattoo, and I started off with, like, maybe $50, and then, like, here and there $80, or, you know, just charging random prices. Like, I'd pick a number, be like, all right, $50, let's do it. $80, let's go. And I'd be like, oh, you want that? Fuck it, I'll try it. I'll try it. I don't know what I'm doing, but let's try it. And I did pick up an apprenticeship when I first got out of high school, but it was just, at the time, my mentor told me his wife was pregnant, and he was just like, hey, I have a lot on my plate right now, it's not gonna work out. And he was hardly in the shop because his wife was sick, and he as well would, like, pick up, like, side quests and stuff too, because he had a kid on the way. So
so for somebody that's trying to come and be a new artist, I guess, what are some advice you would give them?
Study art theory. Look into other artists, go and talk to other artists, learn where this originated from, learn why tattoo artists want to gatekeep it and don't want to let anybody, like, in. Because there's more to it than people realize, and I wish they knew that.
No, prior to this, I didn't know anything about the gatekeeping or nothing like that. But I mean, it makes sense. It'd be like.
I mean, I used to be one of those little shits too. That was like, I just want to do it. Like, I'm just gonna do it. Like, it shouldn't be that hard. It's not that hard. And then I got my foot in the door, and I was like, oh fuck, this isn't that simple. This isn't as easy as I thought it would be. There's like skin types. There's color theory. There's art theory. There's muscle movement. There's people's like body, like their anatomy. There's all kinds of shit. Yeah.
I guess what's the most difficult thing for you for you right now, I guess?
I would have to say skin types. Skin types, especially during the summer. So some people, like, they come and get tattooed and they're like sunburnt, and I'm like, hey, like, this isn't a good idea, you shouldn't do this right now. Or people with eczema. I had a client who had eczema I've had to reschedule her because she had like a flare-up, and I was like, hey, your tattoo isn't going to heal properly and we're gonna have to go over it again. And she recently hit me up too, and she was like, hey, I have an appointment for my eczema, it's flaring up again, can we reschedule? And I just had to reschedule her. And that's one of those things that you got to deal with. Also, how somebody's body's gonna take to the ink. A lot of people also would rather blame their tattoo artist versus being like, oh, well, why didn't this heal properly? Instead of asking those questions like, hey, this healed funny, do you know why? I have a client that has like really rough skin, and like I basically feel like I have to beat it into her in order to get it to stick. And I've told her that. I was like, hey, like, does this hurt? How are you feeling? And I have to also, like, you gotta be mindful of your client. You gotta be compassionate. You gotta be empathetic towards your clients as well. Like, hey, like, you're trusting me to put this on your body. How are you feeling? Do you need to throw up? Are you gonna pass out? Like, how do you feel? Like, I basically do have to be like kind of like a nurse in some way and make sure my client's all right. But yeah, I basically have to beat this tattoo into her, and I'm asking her, I'm like, hey, how are you feeling? How are you doing? And she's like, I'm fine, this is fine. She's like, honestly, you're more lightheaded than all my other tattoo artists. Like, they all say the same thing. They have to beat the tattoo into me. And I'm like, so this is normal for you? she's like, yeah, dude. She's like, I guess I just have that skin type. And I'm like, yeah, I've gone over, this spot a couple of times, and I feel like that outline just isn't sticking as to, a client before you. It just went in like butter. So I'm just letting you know, like, if you have any fallout or anything like that, I'll touch it up for you. And she was perfectly fine with that. Like, we didn't have to touch it up, but like, I think just like a little bit on the color, but that was it. But yeah, that's like one of those things that like I wish people knew. Yeah.
Okay. So that's where you came up from. This is where you at now, I guess, with your tattoo artist career.
I'm back home. As of right now, I'm back home. I got to travel. I got to go places. I got to go to different cities. I got to go to different states. Right now, I just want some stability. I just want to hang out. I want to chill. I want to be around family. I do plan to start traveling again, and I do plan to start going places again, but this time I think I want to go less for work and more to go adventure, more to go check things out. I do want to go for work as well, but I also want to like put more time to go and like check things out.
Okay.
Yeah, as of now, I'm home. I'm tattooing. My home base is going to be here in Twin Falls.
Okay, what's the name of the shop?
Magic Valley's Finest.
Okay. Yeah. Okay, so that's where you're at now. Where do you plan to be in the next 5 years?
Honestly, I'm not sure yet. I want to say in 10 years, I'd like to open up a shop. But as of now, I would prefer working for somebody and paying my spot rent and being like, hey, here's my spot rent. I'm going to be gone these days. I'll be back. As to if I was a, artist that owned their own studio, I would have to be there 24/7, make sure things go fine, make sure, like shop phones being answered, make sure the shop's all right, talk to or take in any walk-ins that will come in, and just deal with all the business aspects of owning a shop. And that's not something I want to do right now, because I feel like for me personally, I feel like owning a tattoo shop would be like buying a house, and I'm not sure if I want to stay in Idaho forever. So that's why I say 10 years. Okay, 10 years. Okay.
So that's your tattoo career. What about your modeling career?
My modeling career, honestly, I just did it for fun, and I thought it would just be cool. I started off doing pinup, and right now we're getting into lowriding. Lowrider. Yeah, lowrider shoots and stuff.
Are you still doing it with the same person?
Yeah.
Okay, that's cool. You want to give her a shout out? I guess I think we did, but go ahead.
Okay, I want to say what's up to Gordy over at Jefito Hats, and fuck you, Diego.
Okay, yeah, I'll make sure and tag them somewhere.
Yeah, tag them somewhere.
Yeah.
It's all love, though.
Yeah.
It's all love.
Let's see. I guess. Do you have any questions for me? That's.
How long have you been doing this for? When did you start?
I started the podcast aspect. I started this year, actually.
Oh, okay, that's cool.
So I started 6 months ago. Yeah, I don't know, sometime this year.
Do you do YouTube?
Yeah, so I promote this through YouTube and I promote it through Spotify.
Okay.
But I'm now I got my EIN, so I can promote it through Apple as well.
Okay, I just started a YouTube channel. Any advice on that?
Advice on that, just be as free as you can, and don't even. I don't even do it for the views. I just do it to be able to show my kids at some point, like, hey man, this is what I had going on at this point in my life.
See, I started one when I first started tattooing. When I got my second apprenticeship, I started one, and I would take videos in my car, and I would just like, basically it was like my little like diary. And I think I might still have some of the videos on my old phone, but I never uploaded them, not because like I didn't want people to see them. I didn't know how to go about it, and I feel like I had to be more professional when airing that type of stuff.
Okay.
Because like I didn't know exactly what to air and what to do, because I feel like everybody has like a certain look, everybody has like a certain like, you know, way they want people to view them, and I still don't know how I want people to view me. Like when I upload to my Instagram and when I post stuff to my Instagram, I just post it. I'm just like, I don't really care. I was like, whoever fucks with me, and whoever doesn't. Like it's there, check it out.
for me what helps for me too is like I might post it, and it's been probably like 3 or 4 months since I've seen my first couple episodes.
Yeah.
But to learn and to be more, I guess, prepared for this stuff, I have to look back at it. But at first, I didn't make it a priority to go back and look at it. I'm too insecure still. You know what I mean?
Okay, that's fair. That's understandable. Especially like when you hear yourself talk back and say some stupid shit that you probably shouldn't even shared. You're like, oh fuck, why did I say that?
Yeah. Right now, I am looking for sponsors for the show. As of now, I have 2 for this season, but I'd like to add more. The first one is going to be Aurora Customs. She does some of my apparel for my shirts. She's done some keychains and some stickers for me. You guys can reach her on Facebook, Instagram. Her name's Becky. Also, I have J&J Construction LLC. He does general construction, roofing, remodeling, and brand new additions to your house, concrete slabs like sidewalks and stuff like that. So if you guys want to reach out to those two.
Heavy-handed with the style, you see the sauce I'm dripping. 4 4s on 4 rolls, bro, we stay tipping. 3 5 to the face.